Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am your co-host Andre C. Right over here is my co-host Melball. Welcome to Stardom Review. We are here to talk about nights 5 and 6
Yep, 5 and 6.
of the Triangle Derby. Mel, how's it doing today?
Hey, I can't complain. I got a fresh new do on. I still have fake tattoos on. These are not real. These are not real because they are very unlevel. It's been a fun week of modeling and editing for this girl. Andre, how you doing today?
I'm doing a lot better. Let's just say that. I apologize to everybody watching out there that I missed last week. You still got the wonderful and awesome Melball breaking it all down for you last week.
Don't apologize to me. I missed you more.
I said that off air. But I am back. Excuse me. And here to talk some Stardom. I am excited. I watched 2 great nights of Stardom in the last less than 24 hours, and absolutely phenomenal professional wrestling coming from Stardom. I don't think I ever get bad professional wrestling from Stardom, in my opinion.
No, I have to agree. I don't think that there's been something that hasn't been recoverable.
Oh, very, very much so.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna bring it up right here. It's the Triangle Derby, the first annual Triangle Derby. As it keeps telling us, Triangle Derby 1, even though I thought it was something completely different. Because I'm insane. So we're gonna get it started with the January 14th show, night number 5. We started out with a tag team match: Mayu, Iwatani, and Momo Kohgo taking on Miyu, Amasaki, and Waka Tsukiyama. I got it right first. I got it right the first. I wrote it phonetically, so.
Hey, whatever works.
Fun little start to the show. Again, quick match between all these women. Mayu Iwatani, again, legend in Joshi Pro Wrestling. In the end, Momo hits a bridging fisherman suplex on Waka Tsukiyama to get the win. I had a fun time. Fun little opener. It was great just to kind of kick it off, seeing these girls work. How did you enjoy this match, Mel?
I'm interested to see how this booking with Waka continues in the story that they have her doing, because they really, really highlighted her in this match, I felt, because there was a point where I forgot that Miyu Amasaki was in this match, just because I felt there was such a positive focus on Waka. So I'm very excited to see how this goes. Just like you, I felt this was a great opener, fun little start.
And I know there's a story right now going with Cosmic Angels and Waka that they want her to get a win. And I know it was announced at a show that we'll be reviewing on the next edition of Stardom Review that just happened, the date we recorded, that she's going to have to get a win at a certain point, or she will be removed from Cosmic Angels. And not surprising in that sense. But yeah, it's watching her try to evolve and get this win after so long, this big win. We don't know. Is she going to be a Cosmic Angel come in a couple months' time? We don't know.
We shall see. It kind of almost looks like there's a little bit of a rockiness happening within that faction, but I do enjoy how it's building up.
Yeah. So we move on from this match, to the second match of the evening. This is the first Triangle Derby match of the night. It is Unique Glare, Starlight Kid, Haruka. I can't remember their last name right now.
Ruaka.
No, Haruka something, but I can't remember her last name.
Oh.
I can't remember her last name because I don't have it written down on this set of notes. On the other
Haruka
Umesaki and Ruaka taking on the team of MaiHime with Lady C, Maika, and Himeka. Absolutely phenomenal. And this is where the first night I really noticed Ruaka and Himeka when they're running into each other. It just that power. It's that power going back and forth, and they're just like, and one gets an advantage, but then the other comes back with the advantage. It was really great to see that way they worked that. I was like, yeah, use the 2 big people and give them that fight, right? In the end, Ruaka hit a huge clothesline to Lady C, hits the splash off the top, and gets the pin on Lady C. Now your thoughts on
the calls that bomb?
The splash?
Yeah, she calls it a freezer bomb.
Freezer bomb. I'm gonna write that down.
I really enjoyed that when I saw that. I was like, freezer bomb. That is very unique and a very fun little thing for her to do in that corner for sure.
Yeah, it's a very simple finish. Like
Mhm,
it's not even like the swanton that Tora uses.
mhm,
It's it's a simple splash. Like simpler than Jimmy Superfly splash. She just kind of
mhm,
just comes off, just splash down, and it's been effective for her. She's won matches in the was it the Goddess tournament.
mhm,
She's winning matches with it here in the Triangle Derby. It's proven to be effective for her, and I know
mhm,
she has the tree slam setup. This it wasn't on this one because it was a clothesline, but usually she uses the tree slam as the setup into the freezer bomb. So
mhm, mhm, mhm. The one thing I really found really fun about this match was the interaction between Umasaki and Lady C, where Umasaki got caught trying to do a Rana on Lady C. Lady C just dropped her, transitioned her, and went into an airplane spin. Umasaki screaming the entire time. I thought that was really, really fun. Really good match. I was
yeah,
actually very surprised that Unique Glare picked up the win in this. I was actually expecting Lady C to kind of step that up.
yeah, I was expecting them to take it too, but to see Unique Glare get this and to see how well they're actually doing in this tournament is or how much better than I thought they'd be doing in this tournament is very nice to see.
They were very, very well together.
Yeah, very much so. And again, with Haruka not being a part of Oedo Tai before, or not that I know of. I know she had, I think she had joined Oedo Tai recent, like in the last couple of months, because she was
Hmm.
working New Blood shows and working with Oedo Tai people. But again, hasn't been with them long because she's coming in from another promotion a few months back. Like
Hmm.
it's and still working for Diana too. So yeah.
Doing very well.
So I move on to the next match. This is one I was really looking forward to on this show. Again, I'm a huge fan of Club Venus. Mariah Mina Shirakawa, and Zaya Brookside. Everybody knows my love for Mina Shirakawa. I've
Hmm.
been loving her since I started watching, since we started doing this show. But I've been a big fan of Zaya Brookside for a long time. And again, she keeps showing in every match in this thing she has that it's her experience. She's, I think, the youngest person on her team, but she has the most experience of any. She has more experience than I'd say 75% of the roster she's working with because she grew up in this business. She knows she has that perfect instinct, and she looks good in here, and it really shows. And I
Hmm.
Zaya not doing the dance with Koguma at the start was actually quite funny because she just wouldn't do it. Then Koguma got the leg scissors and she handstanded out and then just did like a mocking version of the dance. It was actually quite funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's also cute is right before that, Kaguma was like introducing herself to Raimi and Zaya Brookside and actually handpicked Brookside to start the match with her.
Hmm.
Mina Shirakawa, the Venus herself, saying, "Yeah, sure, go for it, have some fun with it." This was a fun match. This was very fun, and of course, another one of your favorites, Saya Iida,
Hmm.
in this one as well. She put on quite the performance.
Very much so. It's like she really got to showcase her power because,
Hmm.
especially against Zaya Brookside, against Mina, because she's not outside. Mariah is a little outside her a little because she's a good bit taller,
Hmm.
but she's not outsized by Zaya and Mina, so she gets to really show off her power against those women, and it really comes off really, like in my opinion, really well. Like
Hmm.
there's a spot where towards the end, Saya just got this huge clothesline on Mariah and just made her look like she took her head off. But then
Hmm.
Mariah came coming back with her own again, showing the power dynamics in this, and it was really good to see. But in the end, there was like a this like backdrop that Club Venus does, and then Mariah got the
Hmm.
tombstone on Saida and gets the win here in this match.
Mm-hmm. That's been like a winning combo for them. Even the shows that I had reviewed before without you, they'd picked up a win with a similar kind of three
Mm-hmm.
triple kind of match and or sorry triple move, and then the pile driver Mariah. I'm
Mm-hmm.
really enjoying how these three have come into the like Mariah and Zaya have come back in with Mina and kind of taken this tournament by storm. Not only are they like very pretty to look at, obviously, they're showing how good they are. You mentioning Brookside has kind of grown up in this industry, has all of this experience. Mariah May is consistently wrestling better and better and better and better every time I see her.
Hmm.
The first time I saw her, I was kind of like a little concerned, but again, every time I see her, it's just getting better and better. Mina's just awesome. Just
Well,
put it out there.
as normal, she's just flat out awesome. But and don't you can't take away from Hazuki, Koguma, and Saida either,
Mhm,
because all three of those women are absolutely phenomenal. Like Hazuki and Koguma have just an insanely awesome track record to both of them and what
mhm,
they've done in this company in the short time they've been here. And then
mhm.
Saida, she's only been here what, a couple of years, three, 3 years, 2, 3 years, or
I know.
something.
I
And
know.
she's like developing into somebody that I could see them like her eventually getting like being in the Wonder division, Wonder to like see her possibly down the road being a in the world championship contender. So
Mhm.
it's the way they're building these people and in introducing the new characters has really has made a good shine for me in this match.
Mhm. I agree. I agree.
So we move on to the next match of the evening, and it is Mel's pick. I'm gonna let her break this one down.
This was a fun one. So we had the team of Power Passion Pineapple, got Yuna Mizumori, Nane Takahashi, and Yu, who has a really cool belt that has chains on it instead of a belt. That's pretty badass. But then they're taking on the Artist of Stardom Champions, Suzu Suzuki, Risa Sera, and I always forget her name, Kurumi Hiragi. Um, this was exactly what I was predicting it would be from the start of this tournament. We have six women who just like hurting people and kicking the crap out of each other, coming in and just doing so. This match was off the chain for power. This actually had my favorite move in it by Arisa Sarah, the Dingle Dangle. I love
Mm-hmm.
this move. She's been consistently doing
I literally like I always put in parentheses what the actual movie is, but I always write Dinkle Dangle when I do my quick notes, and I add Hanging
Yes.
Billy Goat's Curse after. But yeah, I always write Dingle Dangle when I'm doing my notes initially.
It is the best way to like think. And honestly, I feel like Risa Sera is one of the people who does it the absolute best because she's tall enough that it doesn't matter how tall you are. When she stands up and she shrugs her shoulders, you are guaranteed to have at least that much space between your face and the mat. You're
Yeah,
not close. You're not
because
dragging.
when you see Saki do it, it's like she's a little shorter, and it's just
Your
like the
nose is
face,
being wiped on the mat.
the face. You're just like, oh, you're like, oh, that could
Yeah,
just be
but no, when Risa
terrible.
Sera does it, you have at least half a foot of distance between your face and the mat before she viciously slams your face into
Hmm.
the mat. I love that move from her. It's one of my favorite moves to see. I love it. I'm like Leonardo DiCaprio in the seat pointing, going "Hup, hup, hup, hup," whenever it's coming on. This match had my oof moment, my slam of the week. I was mentioning
Mm.
it to you before we kind of got on here. So this happened when Risa Sera got Yuna into a camel clutch and called in Hiragi and Suzuki, who did the run across the ropes, cross again, and as they
Hmm.
came back,
Hmm.
both of them drop kicking Yuna in the face. There was nowhere for her face to go but squish. And Suzuki, from the angle that we caught with the camera, Yuna ate all of Suzuki's left foot, all of it,
Oh,
heel
all of
to
it.
toe, toe to heel, all of that foot. It looked vicious. I absolutely loved it. Um, there was also a really fun move by Risa Sera where she was actually wrestling with Nane Takahashi, and I think she was trying to do a judo throw onto Nane, and Nane was just fighting her, fighting her, fighting her, not
Mm.
giving it to her. Risa Sera muscling her up into a white noise and saying, "Well, if we're not doing that, we're doing this instead," and just slamming her down. I thought it was amazing, tremendous show of strength from the champions. Um, this was the last thing. Oh yes, the last thing I wanted to talk about was the move we mentioned with Suzu Suzuki. Yu is on the corner. Suzu Suzuki's trying to do a Rana to you off the top turnbuckle, unable to get her because just Yu's just that strong. Suzu calling Teresa, who's pinning Yuna down in the crowd with a chair. sees what's
Mhm.
going on, turns around and just throws the chair at you. The confusion causes Suzu to actually be able to pull you over. This match was absolutely off the chain. I was actually surprised though. Nani Takahashi pinning Hiragi, pinning the champions. We have the Goddess of Stardom Champions and Yuna taking up a win over the Artist of Stardom Champions in this tournament. And I believe that was Prominence's first loss in this tournament as well, having their, I believe this was their third match of the tournament.
I don't have the point total in front. Actually, I do because
No, four. It was the fourth match for them.
yeah, because they have like going into the second night. That the next thing we're going to talk about. Where the heck is they?
Yeah, they were. I think on the next night they mentioned they were coming off of a winning streak before they met with Power Passion Pineapple. So I think it was
Yeah, because they were 2 wins in because they're after
okay,
the and I know they were wrestling on the second night.
Mm-hmm.
They're at 3-1. I guess it's not really a spoiler.
Mm-hmm.
They're 3-1, so they had 2 matches, one winning so far, and then lost here, and it's a big loss. It really is.
It is. It's a tough one. I mean, but
And then,
look what they lost to, though.
yeah, and even the full sequence at the end though with that Alabama Slam Razor's Edge combo that Power Passion Pineapple does. I absolutely love the ingenuity of it to take it. Like I said it on the first on the last episode that I did. That to take their double Razor's Edge and add in that Alabama Slam like whip into it, I think is absolutely phenomenal. And I also got to really give it to Nanae to Hiragi, man. She's just she uses her size in such uses her size in such a way, and it's absolutely impressive. It's that black hole slam. She catches you and does like a spin into the black hole slam. I absolutely love it. There was a spot where she did with you. She hit the black hole slam, and then they get back up and she runs in and you catches her into a sidewalk slam. Like just the back and forth on that was absolutely phenomenal. Seeing both of them have this kind of a very similar catch in and slam move. It was really awesome to see. And then I gotta always shout out that rollout that you does where she just rolls onto the it. If you explain it to somebody, it sounds like the dumbest move in professional wrestling that nobody should ever do. But when you see it happen in real life, it's absolutely phenomenal. Like it's so you laugh and you're like, and just when she hits them and it's just that second of that teetering and then she falls on top of all three. It's that just like you laugh, you're like, oh, because just her going on top of them. I shouldn't have clapped like that. I'm sorry. But that's the feeling.
Damaging though is watching her trying to get off of them and just causing more damage.
Yep.
Before getting someone to pull her off.
And the other thing I got to shout out you for is that cannonball, dude. The way she does it, and again, I don't care who you are. You take a cannonball in the corner, it's gonna hurt. But the way you does it, it looks so smooth. The way she does it, I've seen other people do cannonballs. And some of them look really rough. There's very few people in this world, I think, do a cannonball right, and that's Kevin Owens and Colton Kelly. I think are the only people I've seen as have a smooth cannonballs, in my personal opinion. But yours just looks like it kills you, but it doesn't look like it's like if you think about it from the point of view of wrestling is a combative thing you do together. It looks like he crushed her and killed her, but you know she's a person in real life. She's not killing her in real life. Yeah. So like I absolutely love the way she does it. It looks absolutely phenomenal. Anything else on this one?
No, I can't talk too much about it because then we'll have to edit down the video, man.
No edits here.
Go on about Prominence. I love their little hand thing too. Their little mountaintop thing that they do.
Yeah, it's like off their symbol or whatever. I think
the little mountain. I love it.
Yeah, I really do like that. So move on to the next match of the evening. It is Queen's Quest taking on Oedo Tai, or for other people, Gold something. I see it. I've seen it on things. I don't understand what this.
The only thing gold about them is the bleach in their hair, man. I don't understand what the name means, but
yeah, I keep seeing it pop up. It's going to be on the thing at the end. Gold ship. I don't get where that comes from, but it's Japanese professional wrestling. There's some crazy ass shit up there. Again, this is like really good. Azumi really showing her speed in this. I always really like her. I don't want to detract from this. I'm not the biggest fan of Saya Kamatani or Tamahashi Shishida. When you put them in the ring in the right situations and they have an absolutely bonkers matches, and I appreciate when they. It's just I don't know why I haven't been able to get behind those two, and I think it brings it down when I've seen their matches in this tournament. I don't know why. They're both absolutely phenomenal in-ring competitors. I just haven't been able to get behind them. But like
That's fair.
There's a spot in this where Utami had I can't remember who had somebody up on her shoulder. I think it was Saki or Momo on her shoulder, and
I think I know the move you're talking about, and I think it was Saki.
Yeah, Saki was up on the shoulder, and they both Saya and Azumi run in and kick her in the face before she hits the angle slam.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it looked absolutely awesome. Like it just because you maybe see somebody come in with like a cutter, but to have two people come in and big boot the head was very different. I really liked that. I really liked that. But the end of the match came. Saki ended up getting Saki Kishima got the Kishikase, I think Kishikase, and gets the surprise roll of victory. Like it was kind of out of nowhere.
It was.
And then after the match, Momo ends up kind of saying to Saya, "I'm coming for that belt." So that's going to be, I think, a bonkers good match coming down there. Again, I'm not saying I'm in. Again, like I said, I'm not a biggest fan of them, but I think they're absolutely phenomenal. She's absolutely phenomenal. And her and Momo, who has really grown on me these last 6 months. Like it's the first part of me covering her, I was not a big fan, and she's really grown on me. I think these two could have an absolutely incredible match for that Wonder of Stardom title.
Yeah, the end of this match, I really felt like Oedo Tai actually just kind of outsmarted Queen's Quest. They set up for their signature move, and it was like Oedo Tai just knew. They knew that they were setting it up. They pulled out Utami and Kamitani, left Azumi kind of in there and open against Saki, who's, when I first saw Saki, I was like, okay, she's the model of the group. She's not the really functional one. Boy, has she proven me very, very wrong. I would actually say she's the almost technical specialist within that faction, because she knows how to get out of everything, and she has this incredible ability to just last. Like, just doesn't matter how much she's getting wrecked. We've seen it against Utami. We've seen it against who was the other one? It'll come to me. I'm not gonna waste time trying to think about it, but we've seen it especially with Utami. She will put you down. She'll lariat the freaking frack out of you. Kashima will not go down without a fight. I really, really enjoy her part in this match. But yeah, I don't really have anything to add on this.
There was one other spot that Saki did do in this where she, if anybody understands what a shote is, which is the palm strike, I call it I just
call it her uppercut, yeah.
But no, but the way the shote is just a straight strike, right? The way she does it, she comes up with it, and I absolutely love that it's an uppercut shote. Like she does, it's shote style, but uppercut. And I'm like, oh, it looks so good. Like it just looks so good, right? Like I love that. So yeah.
And she's actually caught. That's the second time she's caught Azumi in the last few shows with that.
Yeah.
So maybe we're looking at a potential showdown between Kashima Saki and Azumi.
Could be.
I wouldn't be mad about that.
That'd be a great match.
It would be.
So we're moving on to the semi-main event of the evening. It is the Bari Bombers, the World of Stardom champion Julia Sekla and Mai Sakurai taking on Arebono GE, which is Amisare, Mirai, and Suri. Again, this was a really good match. A lot of good. Again, the start of Mai and Ami just smacking the crap out of each other for the first 30 seconds. It was absolutely great. But no, overall, again, I got a crazy amount in here, but just a good hard hitting match is what this really felt like. I think this is the one where Thek just got like a crazy hard spear. Was it on the next night? I think it might be the next night because
I
there
was
was
gonna
one
say,
where.
I mean, her spears are always crazy hard.
I wrote it down, but I don't see it here. But there
I feel like
okay, it
she
must
caught
be.
a really, really good one on Suri in
I,
this one.
it might have been that I might have it written in some other spot. But yeah, dude. And then Mirai, that Kimura, like just like there was a
Miramari.
spot. It's that. Oh, sorry, I just always look at it as a Kimura. It is a Kimura,
It is
but
a Kimura, but
it's
she
a
calls
spot
it
where
Kim.
she applied the Kimura, and
Mm-hmm.
then Ami and Suri get their own submissions just to stop them from doing it, and then they're rolling Mirai and Mai were doing. Mai caught a pin, which forced Mirai to break the Kimura. It was absolutely phenomenal. But in the end, Mirai caught a huge clothesline for 2, and then immediately reapplied to Kimura, and Suri is literally carrying
Julia out like
away.
a child.
And I think Ami was doing the same thing to Thekla in another direction and just didn't catch it on camera. And Mai taps out. And like this is getting rough for the Bari Bombers. They're taking lot too many losses in my opinion. But
I mean,
if anybody's going to take it, it's going to be
to the Goddess of Stardom tournament, though. Suri was the red belt champion through that, and that was the exact same thing. She took some very high-profile losses.
Yeah, and again, it's not her taking it. It is Mai Sakurai taking the pin. Same with Tomo Kanaba took those pins.
Yeah, exactly. Anamba was usually taking the pins on that. I think Suri only ever actually got pinned once, maybe. That I'm remembering.
I don't
think it was
remember.
Risa Sera who actually pinned her. I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to go back in my notes and check. But no, this match was a really fun one. I actually really thought that the Bari Bombers were going to have this one, especially with how Mai started so strong and so ready to go. But you're absolutely right, Mirai in that Miramari. Whew. There's a reason why she was Superstar of the Year, wasn't she? Or Stardom Person of the Year.
I'm not sure. I would have given that to Julia personally, but that's just I'm crazy.
Won an award for something.
Sorry, moving on to the main event. It is the team of Cosmic Angels. It is Tam Nakano, Natsupoi, and Saki taking on Rebel Enemy, Maika Ozaki, Maya Yukihi, and Oram Kaicho. This is my pick for the what?
It's Wuki Wuki. I looked it up. Let's just call her Maya.
But just like Waka, it's not spelt like that.
I know.
So this is the one I think was my pick of the evening. Absolutely just speed, power, beating the crap out of each other. Just everybody just smacking the shit out of each other. The start, Nat and Maika just trading all the stuff, forearms, just back and forth. It was just insane, man. There is the again, Saki getting her dingle dangle. The hanging Billy Goat's curse. And then there was a great spot where Saki ended up Maya hits this Maya hit a drop kick off top rope to Saki, but Saki immediately comes back and just smashes her with a brain buster. Her brain buster looks so good, man. And then there's another great spot. Now with a beautiful tornado DDT and a flip neck breaker to Maika. So good. And then I have to shout out that running knee into the rope for Tam, which she just looks so smooth. And it looks like it kills her. Just like with Kenny Omega and the V-trigger in the ropes. It looks like it murders the opponent, man. It really does, man. There was a Maika with Tam when she picked her up on the apron on her shoulders and then lifts and flips her into the torture rack position. Like just lift and a quick flip and she was down. Like the strength, like I'm not saying Tam's not a big girl, but the strength off Maika was it Maika? Yeah, Maika. Yep, Maika to do that because it's confusing because there's another Maika we actually
yeah.
Just started saying
I've been calling her Ozaki just to
I started saying Ozaki. But yeah, dude, it just looks so good. And
Mhm.
I know she did a follow up the following night when she did the same move. I
Mhm.
was expecting it on this one, but she kind of just dropped Tam to the apron, didn't slam her down, which I was very appreciative of.
Yeah.
Because doing that on the apron is just absolutely
Nasty.
brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, absolutely phenomenal match. Tam reverses like a Death Valley driver into an octopus stretch at one point. Like just
Mhm.
the smoothest how they move. But in the end, Micah hit a clothesline on Tam and Saki. Goes to lift Tam up, but Tam like boots her as she tries to lift her and hits like a couple spin kicks and hits a bridging tiger suplex for the win. It's a big win here pickup for Cosmic Angels, man.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mhm.
I found it very interesting. I felt that like Ram Kaichao didn't really do a whole lot in this one. I honestly just like I forgot Miyu Imasaki was in the first match. I kind of forgot that that Kaichao was in this one for a while. Um I don't really have a whole lot to add to this one. I felt it was a really great way to kind of end the night with a Cosmic Angel win. I'm really enjoying Saki's little pose at the beginning and how her teammates have become very supportive of her in it, and it shows the camaraderie because like I was a little concerned with the stars, or sorry, with the colors coming into Cosmic Angels. You know, they them losing a match was what forced them into the faction, so
Mhm.
I was a little concerned there might be some friction, but no, they seem to be, you know,
Seems to work.
mixing very well together. I enjoy it.
It seems to work, right?
It
So
does.
So we're going to move on to the January 15th show, night number 6 of the Triangle Derby. It starts out with
Hmm.
a three-way match. It is Mirai taking on Koguma, taking on Yuna Mizumori. Again, I don't got a lot for this. I kind of just watched this in passing about 3 hours ago. Um, again, it was a fun little match. There was a spot where like Mirai was not having it when they were doing the poses, and like Koguma had the bear pose on Mirai, and then Yuna was doing the lift up arm pose, and Mirai was just not having any of that, man.
Yeah. She spends
And I
a lot of the time with her hands on her hips, like, what is this?
and I finally realized why they're Power Passion and then Pineapple because of Yuna's
Pineapple.
pineapple hat. I never noticed it before, but
See, I'm telling you, all the fruits and vegetables, because you got Rina and Yuka who have a carrot, and I can't remember what Yuna has or Yuko has, but she
yeah.
also has some kind of vegetable or something on her clothing.
So the end of the match came. Koguma smothers Mirai like from behind with the pineapple hat, then rolls up Yuna, gets the win with the Kuma roll, and celebrates with the pineapple hat. Tries giving it
Hmm.
to Mirai, but she just throws it back at her, and eventually she gave it back to Yuna. But it was just
Oh, did you see the rest of it? There was more. There was more. As Yuna's trying to leave with her pineapple hat, Kaguma chases her down, grabs it, keeps running to the other exit where Mirai is trying to leave. And Yuna thinks that Koguma has the hat still. She throws it to Mirai and keeps running, and Yuna keeps chasing after Koguma, leaving Mirai baffled with the pineapple hat.
I turned it off after she gave it back at the ringside, so I just I missed that. I missed that.
Oh no, you always got to watch till the end. It's like a Marvel movie. You get a little bit of a trailer at the end sometimes.
So if you look at these three wrestlers and the three different teams they're on, you recognize something in this one because their partners are except for Saki. Sorry, here
Hmm.
Saki is into this one. It was a flip for Yuna, but
Yeah.
two of them are in this match. So,
Mm, interesting.
yeah. So we get a three-way tag match. It is the team of stars, Hazuki and Iida against Cosmic Angels, Natsu Point, Tam Nakano, and God's Eyes, Amy Saray and Suri. Um, when Ami and Saya were chopping each other, and Nat was just like hugging in the corner, like, please God, I don't want to get hit. Please God, I don't want to get
Yeah.
hit. It was I absolutely laughed at that so much. In the end, Tam not going to hit the bridging tiger suplex on Saida and
Hmm.
got the win.
Hmm. Um, what was I going to say on this one? Natsupoi, Ami, and Ida start at the beginning was hilarious
Mm-hmm.
because here's Ami being a jerk Come on, little ladies. Natsupoi and Saya Eater are like, you're a bitch.
Pretty
I
much.
love the toe stomp at the beginning though to bring her down and kind of get that match started. Um, there's the only other thing. Oh, sorry, there's two other things I wanted to say. The first being Suri again kicking Natsupoi in the back there, inside out. She rolled Natsupoi from a sitting position into a faceplant position.
Mm-hmm.
Those kicks cannot feel uh, good. But Hazuki actually coming out of nowhere, because right after she did that drop pick, she did try to pin Natsupoi. Hazuki came out of nowhere and like ejected Suri out of the camera
Yep.
viewership. So that was a very, very awesome drop kick from Hazuki. Um, the Iida, your favorite Iida, she did a picture perfect bridging German suplex. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
write down to hear who. I'm going to assume it was Tam because this was right at the end of the match. But
Yeah,
it
I
was
think it was.
picture perfect. The landing, the doing, everything about it was just like if you want to teach somebody how to perfectly execute this move, you watch Saya Iida do this.
Yeah.
Um, the other thing, the last thing I wanted to mention was that I really thought it was sweet, but also really nice that Tom goes over to Ida afterwards and thanks her for the match.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Given that with the problems that are happening within Cosmic Angels, Waka's in question, Mina Shirakawa started Club Venus, and she's a part of Cosmic Angels, but the other two are. It's a lot of confusion and chaos. It's nice to see that nice
Mm-hmm.
happiness, that little thing of thank you for the great match. That was awesome.
It just shows the sportsmanship too. That's the other thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we're gonna move on to the first of the 5 triangle derby matches on the show. It is
Mhm.
Queen's Quest, Azumi, Sayaka Mitani, and Tamashi taking on Lollipops, Marina Amikura, Waka Tsukiyama, and Yuko Sakura. I got it right again. Even though
Yay, it's
I didn't write it phonetically on that one. So yeah. Yeah, so this was like a good fun. There was a really fun spot off the top. Lollipop kind of getting the early advantage, and all 3 in a row just splash Suzuki. It was just one at a time, just walk up and splash her, and I
Mhm.
thought it was cute. Like it
Mhm.
was really cute. I thought. There was a spot. Rina puts Saya Kamatani upside down, like hanging down, her face is facing the corner, and runs in and splashes her like
Mhm.
into her back in the corner. I really liked the way she did that there,
Mhm.
and then kind of just picked her up and slammed her down. Like really, it kind of really impressed me with that spot.
Mhm.
Um, it's just different. I've never seen somebody hang somebody like that and splash them like that.
Mhm.
It looked different. Lollipop got the triple piggyback splash on Saya Kapitani. It was
Triple
that's
decker
great.
splash.
Yeah, the triple piggyback splash, I like to call it. It really fun. And then Waka getting a straight jacket slam right after it for the pin, but got broken up. Just
Mhm.
absolutely phenomenal match. The ending came Magic Killer by Saya Kamitani and Utami Ashishida with
Mhm.
a drop kick assist from Azumi off the top. And Saya
Mhm.
hits her Star Crusher, which is the fisherman's driver, for the win. And another big win for Queen's Quest.
Mhm. Mhm. The only thing I want to say about this one is that this is obviously the first time that I'm seeing Rina, what's her name, Rina Amikura and Yuko Sakurai. Rina especially very, very impressive, very unique, very innovative, very different in ring kind of work. I'm very, very interested to see more of her. And Yuko also very, very interesting. I really like her gear. I don't know what it is about that blue gear, but I think it looks like just absolutely phenomenal on her. And
Mm-hmm.
she just looks almost like a blue version of Lady C. So part of me wants to like see them kind of tangle up in there. But yeah, really, really enjoying the colors addition to Stardom.
Yeah, it's been absolutely phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to move on to the next match of the evening, and it is Unique Glares, Haruka Umesaki, Ruaka, and so I can't have it written down this time, against
Yeah.
Rebel Enemies, Maika Ozaki, Maya Yuki, and Ram Kaicho. You told me to say it the way, so I'm going to say it. This was one of the two matches for me that were like my highlight matches of the night. This was absolutely phenomenal. The speed
Mm,
start from Starlight Kid and Maya were just the trading of the pins and just the
mhm.
quick hitting moves, just so good. Starlight Kid getting Maya against the bottom rope and then foot choking her, and then tagging in Ruaka does a crossbody against the bottom rope. Oh, look, it
Oof, so
looks
brutal.
so good. There was a
Mhm.
spot in here where there was a really bad double drop seated drop kick thing where by Starlight Kid and Haruka like they go to
Oh,
do it. Starlight Kid runs in and then Haruka like runs a couple of seconds later. So it looked pretty. Yeah, I was just
a
like,
little
oh
off, yeah.
yeah. But again, they really made up for it because you forget about it almost. The only reason I remember because I wrote it down, but
Yeah.
you kind of forget about it. But dude, it's just an absolutely phenomenal match. There's at the end spot where the powder came in, and then Starlight Kid blocking the powder with the case, with Ruaka's case was actually
Mhm.
great, and smacked everybody up with the case until Maika comes in and smashes it back into Starlight
Mhm.
Kid's face, and dude, it was absolutely funny. But
Beautiful payoff.
the end of the match is what pissed me off was Ram grabs the ref's arm and Starlight Kid like double axe handles the ref's arm to break
Mhm.
the hold, and he's hurt. So Starlight Kid's like checking on him, and this is where Ram throws the powder in the ref's face, and he calls for the bell and disqualifies Rebel Enemy. I was like, the fuck kind of finish is this? Like, you didn't want anybody to get pinned? I was kind of annoyed. Like, you can
Yeah.
sacrifice like Maya or Micah to take a pin. It's not like I don't know.
It was definitely an awkward one. Like ending to this match for sure. I wasn't expecting it. I thought it was a funny with to see the powder, but my question is, how did he know who threw the powder?
Yeah, that's
Both
my
the girls were
question.
in front of him. You kind of just made a random choice there. Yeah, I definitely felt that ending could have probably worked out a little bit better, a little bit differently. Um,
Hmm.
the only other thing I want to say about this match is there was one part that was almost a slam of the week for me, which was done by Maika Osaki. I'm pretty sure it was on Umasaki actually. She I don't know move names, so I'm going to refer to you and hope that you know what this is. She pretty much had her, she was holding her in front of her, brought her up, and then brought her down on her ribs
Oh,
onto her
backbreaker.
knee. Well, it was like
Like,
a backbreaker, but it was on her side that she was facing
okay, yeah, rib breaker. Then really,
rib breaker. Yeah, I wrote side breaker because I didn't know what
yeah,
else to call
it would
it.
just be a backbreaker to the ribs. It would all it's all it would be. So I would say
It
rib breaker or something. Yeah,
looked ouch kabibbles because she not only
yeah.
hit and bent right over it, she bounced
Hmm.
um off of her knee, which probably could have hurt Micah's knee just as badly as it hurt Umasaki's ribs. But man, oh man, these girls were fighting hard. I actually really, really enjoyed this match.
Yeah, it was absolutely fun. Like it was one of the two that I had picked for my pick of the night, but like this was came up
Mm-hmm.
just short, but like absolutely phenomenal. Like just so
Mm-hmm.
good, so good. So we're moving on to the next match of the evening. It is H&M's Hanan my H&M's.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Hanan, Iwatani, and Mogo taking on MaiHime with C, Himeka, Maika, and Lady C. And it's Mel's picks, and Mel, take it away.
Yes. This was a fun, fun match. I'm going to really quick through like the pick and choose the notes that I picked on this one. Lady C and Momo started this match, and there was a good chunk of this starting bit where Momo had actually outsmarted Lady C and actually had Lady C kind of like a little confused. I really, really enjoyed that because we're really finally seeing Momo being showcased a little bit more in these matches with some of the things that she's doing, and I'm living for it. Lady C also able to utilize her size and power though very very quickly, and we're seeing how resourceful Lady C is the more we see her wrestle these tournaments, especially regardless if she's working with her team of Queen's Quest or with not her team of Donna Del Mondo. She seems to have a good repertoire with both of them, so she's one of those people who I think can go back and forth. Maika and Hanan having a judo-esque exchange, which was really, really fun. But I really did feel that Maika was the real powerhouse in this. Even though Himeka was in this match, I felt like Maika was just a little bit more on display in it, a lot more than Himeka. I'm wondering if maybe that has to do with Maika's knee issue that she's kind of having right now. I noticed that at the Stardom Award show the 2 nights ago, she did have quite a heavy brace on her left knee. So I'm wondering if maybe that might have something to do with that. Um, Maika really kicked the holy heck and heck out of Hanan, delivering 2 scoop slams before trying to pin her, before being broken up by Mayu. I don't know how else to say this, so I'm hoping that the kids understand what I mean when I say this. Maika gave. So Mayu Iwatani tried to do a diving crossbody onto Maika. Maika caught her. Maika, I don't even know what to say except for yeet. She yeeted her. She just caught her in the crossbody and just tossed her, right over her head, not having to duck or anything. I know.
Where she just tossed over her head, but she just stands there. Like, I watched JBL do it for years. He always fell back with his fall-away slams. Hangman does it when he does his now. But the fact that she didn't even, like, she just went, and just stood there.
Over her head. Like, the show of strength that Maika has is absolutely incredible. The bout between Miyu and Himeka was absolutely vicious. They were just going how you had mentioned earlier, someone was just going strike for strike, strike for strike. These two were savage with each other, Mayu and Himeka. So this is the funny spot. This is the last spot I'm going to talk about for this match. Was Lady C doing the airplane spin on Momo while Maika is chasing Hanan around the outside of the ring. It was just the most hilarious thing to see. I was laughing so hard. I was actually crying. I actually had to pause the match and get the rest of my laugh out. Imagine Hanan just in a full sprint, running circles around the ring, Maika chasing her, Himeka and Mayu not knowing what the hell is going on, Mayu just randomly getting bulldozed by Maika, who's running, Himeka going, okay, I'll just beat up you since you're on the ground. And then Himeka finally stopping Hanan, who I don't even know how she was still going. It's like she trained with Rocky Romero, the forever run around the ring.
No, she trained with Cesaro because that guy can spin forever. Come on.
Yeah, it was absolutely hilarious. It was a fun match for me. Lady C picking up the win for her team after pinning Momo after I think it's a spin out power bomb that she calls "I'm ready."
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah. It's essentially a blue thunder bomb. Yeah,
blue thunder bomb. Okay, I wrote down spin out bomb.
Yeah, same
probably
thing.
Because I didn't know what kind of bomb it was.
I shouldn't know every one of these moves that I know at this point.
What did you think of this one, Andre?
I had a great time watching. Again, like you brought up a lot of the big spots that I had written down. Like, dude, it was just.
Yeah, I got you for once.
Yeah, the power in this was just absolutely phenomenal. Like, just the power off of Miami with C, dude. It was crazy. It just absolutely phenomenal. Dude, it just that where Lady C goes for the choke slam, but Mo ends up cracking her with a super kick and then bounce off the ropes and then just gets picked up and slammed into a choke slam. That choke slam from C just looks murderous because she's picking up these smaller girls and lifting them so high and just crashes them down. It looks absolutely phenomenal. And I will have to say, Hanan's judo throws are a thing of beauty, man. They look just how like how big they look, but how effective they actually are absolutely phenomenal.
100%.
Yeah. So we're gonna move on to the next match of the evening, and it is Prominence, Haruka Kurumi, Risa, Sera, and Suzu Suzuki taking on one of my favorites, Club Venus, MaiHime, Mina Shirakawa, and Zaya Brookside. First note I made here is I love the entrance thing that the girls doing and not letting the announcer make the announcements, and this time
Yeah.
MaiHime did it, and she I loved it. Like that Mina did it on the last show. I
Mhm.
can't remember if Zaya did it before. I can't remember.
I think Zai has done it before, yeah.
Yeah, I think she did on one that you were covering, but yeah,
Correct, yeah.
I absolutely love the fact that they're doing it. And they're changing, and each. It's not just Mina doing it every time. It's they're each person do it, and then right at the end, Mariah says something in Japanese, and the entire crowd claps for her. It's just like, oh, that's nice.
One day we'll understand.
And then they were all trying to decide who's going to start against Haragi, and it was just like, so I was like, okay, I can do it. I'm strong, and she flexes. She's just like, I'm strong, and she flexes like her mother. She's so tiny, and it was just funny, and it made nothing against her. She was just beating the crap out of her, and even when Zaya came back against Taragi, she had the chance to tag out, and she kept attacking, and then she goes for the crossbody and gets caught. The only reason she got to tag out was because Mariah May did a drop kick off the top to the back of Zaya, pushing her over onto Haragi, so Zaya could tag to Mina. But it was just like, and then
Another dingle dangle.
Yeah, there was a dingle dangle in there. But dude, this entire match with Mina and Suzu trading strikes was just insane. And then Suzu getting that released German, and then Mina standing right back up and cracking her with that spinning back fist. And then they both just dropped to the mat. Dude, that was absolutely phenomenal. Dude, so much good stuff in this match. Mariah May at one point tries to sunset flip power bomb Risa Sera off the apron to the floor. But she can't, and then Suzuki runs up and she like boots her in the face. And then Haragi runs up to her on the outside and boots her in the face. And that's when she power bombs Risa Sera to the floor onto her teammates. Like, dude, I thought they were gonna pull it. I just straight to the floor because it's Risa Sera. I wouldn't be surprised. You know what I mean? She's a deathmatch girl. She's gone through much worse than that. So it wouldn't surprise me. You know what I mean? So yeah.
And also, I mean, I don't know if you've noticed the last couple shows, Suzuki, especially, is showing on her back the kind of cuts and scars from her most recent.
And there was already a bunch of scars there. So.
Yeah, but you could see the fresh red ones.
Yeah.
I mean, power to you, girl, but whew.
So after the powerbomb, Mariah pulls Risa back in the ring and then just spears the shit out of her. I think this is the spear I was thinking of. It wasn't even Thecla's. It was this one. She just speared the shit out of her. The spear I always associate with Thecla now. And then at the end, Prominence ended up stopping a triple team attack. And Risa hits the Falcon Arrow onto Mariah May. And then an air raid crash followed by the top rope double knee drop. And Risa Sera pins Mariah May for the win. Slightly disappointed by that because I'm a big fan of Club Venus, but this was an absolutely phenomenal match, and I really like Prominence. They're a very good team. What's your thoughts?
The only thing I would want to add to this is the move you mentioned Haragi did in the last one, that deep six that she did. I think the one she did on Brookside in this one was way nastier, way stronger, way more heavy. She her soul exited her body briefly.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
There was so much to this match. It was crazy, man. It was just absolutely insane.
Great.
Yeah. Anything else on this one?
No, I'm ready to talk some Thecla.
Main event of the evening is Edo Tai or Gold Ship, if you want to call it. Momo Watanabe, Natsukatora, and Saki Kashima taking on the Body Bombers. I love that name. Julia, Mai Sakurai, and Thecla. Again, absolutely phenomenal match. The hammerlock suplex from Julia on Momo, it looks. Sorry, it's a hammerlock Northern Lights suplex. It looks absolutely phenomenal. Then there was another spot where her and Thecla got like a dual hammerlock DDTs to Natsukatora and Saki Kashima, and it's just, and then so. And they end up rolling to the outside, and so Thecla goes up to the top and does a splash off the top, aiming for a Edo Tai, but they all dodge out of the way, and she ends up splashing Julia and Mai. I was just like, oh, I felt so bad for her. But in the end, Momo ends up hitting the Peach Sunrise on Kawasaki off the top with the double foot stomp, and Tora with the Swanton, and get in a way to tie / gold ship, however you want to call them, get the win.
The only thing I want to say is I want to see Thekla take on that Sukatora, man. That beginning part of that match was off
Mm-hmm.
the chain. And like Thekla is almost like I want to say like borderline Minoru Suzuki crazy when she's in that ring, or Suzu Suzuki crazy. She enjoys it. She's loving it, and I love watching it. And I'm probably gonna steal that hairstyle at some point.
Yeah, you really should. But
I
and then
probably will.
yeah, it's absolutely phenomenal. So, and then I just want to bring it up. It's the points total. I'm going to bring that up as the main screen as I break this down, so you can all see it, except for the one in the bottom corner because it's all covered up by the scan code. So in the red
It's
block,
okay,
you
they have
have
no points.
you've got Power Passion Pineapple, Club Venus, Cosmic Angels, and Unique Glare, all with 4 points. This is in the red triangle division. Queen's Quest with 3, Bari Bari Bombers with 2, with one win and 3 losses. That's pretty brutal because they only got 3 more matches, and that's and then the team of H&M's with 0. It's like, ooh, ouch there. But and then over on the blue triangle division, you have Oedo Tai and Prominence on top with 6 matches, 6 points each. And then you have Arebono GE with 5 points, MaiHime with C with 4 points, Rebel Enemy, whatever you want to call them, 2 points, along with Classmates with 2 points, which is really nice to see that at least the Classmates have 1 win in this. And then you have a Lollipop at the bottom with 0 points.
I gotta love all this confusion with the names. Because I'm like, we were like, is it army or is it enemy? Rebel army or rebel enemy? I don't know.
I keep seeing it written as Rebel and Enemy, Rebel X Enemy. I don't know.
It's like when the collection game started for NJPW and Makabe's team name was Dreamwatch Saint. We don't know what it means, but it just makes sense.
So we're coming to the end of the episode. Thank you all so much for joining us here. We really do appreciate it. Please, if you are watching and enjoy this video, please like the video, subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate it. They go a long way for us, and we know you're out there appreciating us if you're doing that. Thank you very much. I want to give a big shout out to our sponsor, Rogue Energy. Scan the QR code down in the bottom right where Mel's kind of finger pointing at there right now. Use the code OLEPODS for 10% off your order. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. I love Rogue Energy. It does phenomenal things for me. And then with that code, I want to thank our friends over at our local establishment. You can check them out. I got their stuff running across the bottom there. Instagram and I think TikTok at OLE Podcasts. You can check out their YouTube page, youtube.com/our local establishment, and then twitch.tv/our local establishment. We can check them out. I think we're running shows almost every night of the week as we're going right now. And then me and Mel show up there randomly on other people's shows. And I'll be back in February with Marvel Talk there with my buddy Old Ed. So please check out our local establishment. They're great partners for us. Been absolutely great in working with them and all the great friends we have made with them. It's been absolutely phenomenal. And then another person I want to give a big shout out to is right up here, top left corner, my good buddy Mike the Ref. Please support Mike the Ref. He's an absolute gem of human being and does great stuff. His program is great. I can check him out at twitch.tv/Mike the Ref. Every Wednesday he's there talking Dynamite. He's there multiple other days of the week playing awesome video games, which you can check out at youtube.com/@backbreakergaming, where you can check that out. And if you want to see more wrestling content, you might even be watching us there at youtube.com/backbreaker video. You might be checking us there. If you aren't, check Mike out there, but check us out there. And then if you are checking us out there, check us out over on Andre and Melball Wrestling Talk on YouTube. You can check us out there.
Excellent. And if you are wanting to watch Stardom Wrestling, I will leave a link in the description box below because I'm lazy, but you can also go to www.stardom-world.com. It is 920 yen or $10 Canadian, is completely worth the price. And look at the amazing tournaments that you guys are going to have access to. You have the Artist of Stardom Championship tournament right now, which is the Triangle Derby. We had the Goddess of Stardom tournament last year. We've started 2023 with a bang, and we have nothing but good things to come on Stardom there. And Andre, my friend, if we're wanting to follow you on social media, where are we going to find you?
You can see across the bottom, I'm on Twitter at that Canada guy, Instagram at that Canada dude. I'm on a couple others. I haven't really gotten into them too much yet. I'll be slowly trying to post a new forms, I guess, but and then I'll be at that Canada guy. Or you can find me on Facebook at Andre and Melball Wrestling Talk.
Mm-hmm. We're posting usually a few times a day on there, some wrestling news, pictures, and stuff like that. So come down and come on chat with us. If you're wanting to contact a Melball, you can find me on Twitter at Collins Melball, or you can find me on Instagram or Facebook at Melball Collins. You can also find me occasionally on Astra Pizarro's YouTube site, where I am on her ladies wrestling showcase. Yes, the beautiful Astra Pizarro, the natural. She just dropped a interview yesterday where she was interviewed with a nice gentleman named Jose about her content creation. So you want to go check that out. And Andre, do you have anything going on this week, or are we just going to be recording more Stardom and NJPW?
It's just more NJPW coming out later this week. Should be dropping probably Wednesday or probably Thursday. I'm gonna guess because we're not recording
Yeah,
till Tuesday
because we're
night.
going to start doing Strong, and you know who's on Strong right now, my
Strong,
friend.
and don't forget we have the first night of uh the
The new
crap
tour that we are
the
not
new tour,
remembering right
and
now.
it's the first main night, which does feature a King of Pro Wrestling championship match between Shingo Takagi and the Great Okan, which is going to happen January 22nd, which is later tonight for me and Melball because we're recording this on January
Oh.
21st. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. What a time to be a wrestling fan,
Yeah.
hey?
And then, like I said, my with OLED coming back next month. I think it's February, around pretty much the weekend that Ant-Man comes out. We're going to be dropping a show either on the Saturday or Sunday on live on Twitch, where we'll be breaking down the movie and telling everybody how we liked it.
Awesome. Make sure you follow us on all our social medias. We'll be posting when that guy is going to be going live for you so you don't miss out on all that awesome Marvel talk. And that being said, it looks like we're coming to the end of our episode here. I am your Melball. Over there is your Andre. We will see you guys next time. Adios.